Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
The family of a Devil's Lake man fatally shot in the head by a police detective back in July is looking to city leaders for answers. Family and friends of Daniel Fuller are staging a protest outside Devil's Lake City Hall this evening, saying they are peacefully demonstrating Fuller's life. But they also have questions on the struggle that occurred between police detective Brandon Potts and the 26-year-old on July 5th, and Fuller dying from a gunshot to the back of his head. Valley News Team's Maddie Jelseth is in Devil's Lake and joins us live with more. Maddie?
Andrea, the demonstration starts in just about a half an hour. They're expecting about 100 people over here. And as you can see behind me, they're already out here having signs that say no justice, no peace, and that they demand change. I'm with Daniel Fuller's father, who was actually denied to be on today's city commission agenda. Can you talk to me why you guys were denied today?
We were told that because there's a pending lawsuit that they can't talk about nothing. So we were denied, basically what it comes down to. And all we wanted were questions answered about the city policy, the personnel policy. What's got to be changed and what needs to be done. But they denied us. The wife called today on September 6th. I called on the 7th, and we were both denied on the 7th. Something's got to change. We need cameras at them meetings and cameras behind closed doors because it's all corrupt. My son was right. It starts at the police department and it goes all the ways up. They're corrupt. Things got to change.
So I guess what are you guys doing out here today?
We're protesting now to try to get a copy of this personnel policy so we can try to make changes. And as long as the city's going to deny us, we're going to keep protesting. For this protest. The next protest, we're going to go after the county. So it's not going to stop here. It's going to keep going. The nightmare's not going to go away. It's plain and simple. So,
all to get justice, right?
All for justice for Danny. This was senseless. There was no reason. That cop was highly trained in martial arts, weaponry. He was an instructor out there. There was no reason for him to even have that gun out of that holster. So what's that tell you? Corrupt. Danny knew it. They knew it. So eliminate the problem.
Perfect. All right. I did talk to the police department today, and they said they want the same thing, justice for Danny. So I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio. Reporting live in Devil's Lake, Maddie Jelseth, Valley News Live.
Okay, thank you, Maddie. Hawley's schools went into a lockdown today as authorities searched for a wanted man. Around noon today, a man who was wanted on a Minnesota Department of Corrections warrant was running from police in the 800 block of 9th Street. Authorities called in a K-9 unit from the Clay County Sheriff's Office because the chase was so close to Hawley's schools. School leaders decided to go into an administrative lockdown while the K-9 searched for the man. They couldn't find him and now need your help. 31-year-old Cody Little Ghost is Native American, 6'2", 200 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black and red hooded sweatshirt and black shorts. If you know where he is, please contact your local law enforcement. Jury selection will get underway tomorrow in the case of William Hain for the death of Savannah Graywind. Hain faces a charge of conspiracy to commit murder in Graywind's death. Graywind was found dead last year after having her baby cut from her womb. Jury selection is expected to last through the day, Tuesday. Hain pleaded guilty earlier this month to kidnapping and providing false information to law enforcement, but says he did not plan the murder. Hain's former girlfriend, Brooke Cruz, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder and 2 other charges and is serving life in prison without parole. Graywind was 8 months pregnant when she vanished. Her body was found 8 days later in the Red River. The baby was found healthy at the home of Cruz and Hain and is now in the custody of her father. What an abrupt change in the forecast. Some of us forgot it was coming and left our jacket at home this morning. Hutch, are we looking at a chilly evening too?
Yes, all day we've seen some significantly cooler conditions, but the sun shining now over the FM area has allowed temperatures to jump up significantly over the past couple of hours. Right now we are 30 degrees colder than yesterday at this time, but the lack of wind and sweltering heat not necessarily unwelcome. A few sprinkles still remnant up there along the international border. Heavier rain moving through the Twin Cities. For us, decreasing clouds will continue and temperatures will slip through the 50s as we go through most of our evening. The wind fairly light tonight out of the north. Likewise, in Grand Forks will be in the 50s most of the evening, but 40s up north. A few of us could rise and shine with temperatures in the 30s. I'll have details on where that will be, and we'll talk a little bit more about our forecast for the rest of the work week here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Authorities have identified the driver and passenger involved in a fatal accident near Frazee, Minnesota. Officials say the driver was 27-year-old Bruce Armstrong and the passenger was 25-year-old Corey Hoffman. The Becker County Sheriff's Office says the crash happened yesterday morning north of Frazee on County Road 29. 2 people were in the vehicle. Both were airlifted to Sanford Hospital in Fargo, where the driver was pronounced dead. Health officials have confirmed North Dakota's first West Nile virus-related death of the year. The state health department says the death involved a man over 60 years old who resided in the northwestern part of the state. Most people infected with West Nile virus experience no symptoms or have only mild symptoms, such as fever or headache. In more severe cases, the virus can cause high fever, severe headache, stiff neck, altered mental state, and death. People older than 60 years or those who have underlying health issues are at the greatest risk of developing severe symptoms. In 2017, North Dakota had 62 cases and 2 West Nile virus-related deaths. Authorities in East Grand Forks are looking for a man involved in a high-speed chase. The chase happened Saturday when officers were after a maroon Suburban with North Dakota plates. The Grand Forks Police Department took over on the chase near 42nd Street and Demers Avenue. After the chase started, a decision was made to stop it near the Columbia Road overpass because of safety concerns. If anyone has information, they're urged to contact Grand Forks or East Grand Forks Police. A car is totaled, but everyone inside okay after it started on fire close to midnight in Moorhead. It happened at 2777 34th Street South by the interstate. When the fire department arrived on scene, everyone was out of the car and flames were shooting from the engine. Firefighters got it under control quickly. With Apple's recent announcement of its newest upcoming iPhones come some pretty hefty price tags. But is the latest and greatest worth it? Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz decided to find out what the upgrades are and how you can stretch your phone buying dollars.
Are you planning on buying the new iPhone?
I think so, yeah.
No.
Yeah, as soon as it comes in, it'll be October or somewhere in there.
The results are mixed. Some are willing to pay for the newest iPhone.
For me, it's the camera. That's the one thing that they continually upgrade.
And some not so much. Are you still making payments on your 7?
Yes, and we have 4 kids that all have them, plus my husband, so yeah, we're spending a lot of money already.
And according to tech store owner James Beck, the newest isn't exactly a game changer.
They're new, but not a massive amount of new stuff. Small upgrades all around. A little bit faster processor, a little better camera, a little more colorful display, a little bit better battery life.
Apple's website boasts faster features and a breakthrough dual camera system. Not to mention
The A12 Bionic.
What is the A12 Bionic?
I read it. Hopefully it's faster.
The new iPhone XS starts at nearly $1,000, but can cost even more.
$1,500 if you get the 512 gig.
I think I'd rather buy a laptop computer. I mean, it's about the same price, so yeah, it seems excessive.
Can I ask what you're going to have to pay monthly for it?
Shoot. It's going to be like $40 for a long time.
And then there's the so-called cheap version, around a measly $750.
Apparently that is affordable.
Yeah. So Beck suggests getting a year-old phone with a decent warranty instead.
And you're going to have 90% of the features of the new one at less than 50% of the price.
Beck says some will want the newest model.
To people that have to have the new one, they're absolutely going to do it, even if they have to make payments or sell their soul.
But he suggests, don't drink the apple juice. In Fargo, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
Our tech expert says the last time a brand new iPhone upgrade was really worth it was back when the iPhone 6 came out with a much bigger screen and when the 5 came out with 4G for cellular networks. Fargo has opened its new city hall downtown. The 150,000 square foot facility has been in the works for 25 months. It was designed to house Fargo's city operations for the next 100 years. City Commission meetings will still take place in the old chamber while the new one is outfitted with new technology. NDSU has a big week ahead as it celebrates homecoming with some changes, new changes, and some activities. This year, the homecoming parade on Friday has nearly 75 floats participating, along with a new parade route. The parade will start on Northern Pacific Avenue, head straight up Broadway up to 4th Avenue North, And in addition to the new route, a new program called Serve with the Herd was started as a way for students, faculty, and staff to give back to 15 nonprofits in the community.
We love NESU, and even though I'm not from here, I love the Fargo community. They're really welcoming to me, so I want to show how I want to give back by putting this together and giving back to the community.
The parade starts at 5:30 on Saturday. Students can also attend the homecoming show Thursday night. And then on Saturday, there's tailgating and the football game to wrap up the weekend. And remember, you can catch Bison football all season long on the KVLY Bison Football Network. Our Farmers Union Insurance Bison football pregame show kicks off at 1:30 tomorrow, with the game to follow at 2:30. North Dakota's, that should be over the weekend for that game. North Dakota's favorite football player, Carson Wentz, has been cleared to start for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's slated to come back this week after he tore his ACL and LCL on December 10th of last year in a game against the LA Rams. We'll have more on his return on Valley News Live at 6.